Welcome back to Wizard Supercoach. Actually had a pretty good week this week. I think it's the first time in a few weeks that I've actually gone up in ranks and not been slipping back slowly. So pretty stoked with it, even though it was a mixed bag. 23-25 was my score and gone up 74 ranks. So back up to 144, back inside the 150, baby. Now, when I say it's a mixed bag, kind of had everything. There was like the Monster Grundy score, which luckily was my VC. A few fraud primo scores, some good primo scores, good rookie, shit rookies. And then, of course, there was the shithousery that's always on a Sunday, which we'll look at all that in a second. Now, I was projected at, I think it was like above 2450 coming into Sunday. And then, yeah, just a few players shit the bed. Always happens, never in doubt on a Sunday, I tell you. And if it's not, then it's always like the Friday's bad. So, pretty happy with the team. I know I had a bit of a whinge last week, but that's because some of these primos, so-called primos, really let me down. But still got 20 trades and 1 boost. So, I think it's pretty good. The strategy's working. Maybe not as good as I want, but, we can't have it all. I've got to be stoked with this. So I keep an eye on the team that's in first. Now, I should show more respect than that. I should know his name by now. Lachlan, the upper class twits. He's been in there for over a month, I'm sure. So he's killing it. He's 180 odd clear of the next team in second. I caught up 2 points to him this week, so I'm pretty happy with that. We're on the road up. So we'll go into the team and I'll maybe talk about some possible trades or something at the end, which is probably not many. We'll go from defence as is tradition, and Whitfield, the man I bought in this week, gave me a tasty 79. So the guy that's been really consistent and had a really big 6 weeks where he's gone, what's he done? 128, 102, 115, 123, 117, 133. And then he goes to 79 against West Coast. You can't write this shit. Yeah, he'll be alright in the long term. I got no worries with that. I think I read that he was tagged by Murdoch. Don't know if that's true. I only heard that in one place. But it kind of explains it. It's a bit of a weird one. I don't know why Murdoch would be tagging, but if it's true, then it worked. But yeah, Whitfield in the long term, he's safe as houses, I think. I don't want to curse him or anything, but that's why I bought him in at 580k. So yeah, that one will be fine. Sinclair 139. He's had 2 good weeks in a row now after he was starting to head right down. But, I think not having Nas there, that's helping. Should be okay from this point. Probably your last chance to get him really cheap. Like for what he can do, 544k. It's got a break even of 73. Should get plenty of ball against Fremantle because I think it'll be in the defence a fair bit. Fremantle are on fire. It doesn't really matter what Sinclair does because like everyone has him, or I'm assuming all the good teams have him. And then Ash a 99. It's not a ton, but I count it as one, I guess. The thing with Ash is like when I picked him up, he wasn't that expensive, and even though his role's changed, he's not pumping out the scores I thought he'd get. But he's still doing well, and like he'll probably get more used to it being in the midfield. If he cleans up his disposal a little bit, he'll be fine. It looks like they want to give him the ball no matter what role he's in, and I think that's actually hurting Callaghan. So I got no stats to back this up, and I only saw a small part of today's game. But just on the eye test, it looks like all the handball receives and stuff that Callaghan used to get, Ash is now getting them. I'll get to Callaghan later because he's a completely different thing. But yeah, I think that's impacting him. Jordan Clark, he did one of his classic moves. Looked like he was going to get an easy ton, and then he got too close and did everything in his power to make sure he didn't get the ton, as he usually does. A 91 though, with how shit he's been lately, I'm actually not that unhappy with a 91. So I'm almost certain he'll end up as a luxury trade later on, just because of how much his role's changed. He's pushed up the field. They want to use him, obviously, more attacking, like trying to hit the forward half. But yeah, it's not great for Supercoach. It's a bit hit and miss. And I don't know if Fremantle are going to change it, because like they've been doing so well. Not saying it's because of Clark's role change, but why would they change whatever's working? So yeah, he's probably going to have to go. But it won't be until I get all these rookies off the field, because you can't trust them. All the best ones are already gone, I think. Worrell with the 99. It's basically a ton if we're going glass half full. That's all right. He's probably going to be the same as Clark. Will be a luxury trade later on, which I think I should be able to do, because I got the 20 trades, as I said. But just got to avoid some injuries and stuff, which I don't want to curse it, but I've done pretty well so far, avoiding a lot of the injuries. But yeah, Supercoach, anything can happen. So yeah, Worrell, he's been alright. He's only had one real proper like floor score, I'd say, or maybe two. But he's good for like a 90, I think, 90 and above usually. And then Lindsay 96. So you know, in my mind, I just swap them around. Whitfield got the 96, Lindsay got the 79. Makes me feel a lot better. It's okay, it evens out, at least in my head. But yeah, Lindsay's like the one rookie that you can confidently field each week. He's got that great role. He'll be the last one I trade out, I think, barring any surprises. But yeah, 96. Like who can complain when you know your rookie's scoring that at D6, and he's already made 260k. Yeah, he's just been killer all along. And on the bench, Selwood 50. Low for him, or at least lately. But I'm glad I held him because, you know, what's he made? 173k. More than done his job. When a lot of people jumped off of him, I held him based on his fixture, because he's one of the few that does better against harder opponents. And I think, you know, like this week, maybe you can hold him against Melbourne. The way Melbourne's playing, probably going to be a hard game for the Dogs. I mean, I know Melbourne's pretty prone to a stinker. Like, they lost to Essendon. Don't ask me how that happened, but yeah, like Selwood could still put in a good shift. So he's got the break-even's getting up there now, 58. It's 1 point below his average, but I don't think that's his true average, because if you look recently, like he's dragged down by those shitty scores at the start of the year. There was a 38 and a 28. Since then, since he kind of came good, he's gone 74, 69, 72, 59, 69, now 50. So, yeah, he should be all right. And if he doesn't hit it, he's not going to lose much money. But the way I'm thinking is, there's nothing really obvious to go down to in defense, like to downgrade to. And I know that some people are already jumping on these players that they know aren't going to play, like these 99k DPP players and stuff. I think it's too early for that, especially in my position. Players like Selwood could really help through the buys. So I'd almost rather just chill out and then have these guys that I can rely on, I think, for now. So yeah, even if Selwood loses a little bit of money, just to have some cover in the buys, I don't think I mind. And then Marshall didn't play. I think he's going to find it hard to get back in the team. Did I imagine it, or did Radicale hurt himself? I don't know, but it's pretty clear that Marshall's not like first choice defender anymore. Not that he was for long. If he's not getting dropped, he's usually injured, but we need him to play. He's still got a pretty low break even. Should get at least one decent price rise out of him. Break even to 32. Yes, he's handy with that DPP, but I still would trade him probably before Selwood. So yeah, he needs to play. Midfield mostly was a letdown. Butters can hold his head up though, 138. Now the only bad thing about Butters, and not for me, but those that VC'd or seed him, the 138 would be good. But when there's a lot of owners that had Grundy at 203, suddenly you'd be regretting it. Especially, I mean, it's only, I guess, for people that own both of them. But yeah, if you don't own Grundy, like the 138 is not bad. It's probably the best you could do, but it's just luck, really. Normally you wouldn't be annoyed at a 138 as a captain score. Bont with the 88, so he's, for some reason, he hasn't got great history against Carlton. This was no exception. I think I said in the trade video about that, and that was why I wasn't considering him really for VCNC. And yeah, it came true, so I wouldn't worry though. Like, Bont's actually really hard to predict this year. Like, you would think on paper, like, oh, he should have pissed in a 120 against Carlton. But he's just as likely, really, in the next couple of weeks. Like, Melbourne and Collingwood should do well. Hawthorn, I don't know about that, but he could easily go like a 160 and no one would be surprised. So he's just that kind of player at the moment. Merritt's the other one that I think was all right in the midfield. 103, just super consistent. He's done everything I wanted him to do, really. I mean, like, I wouldn't say no to higher scores, but yeah, just so consistent. His lowest score is an 87. He's gone under the ton twice. So it was an 87 and a 98. His average is coming down a little bit. He's down to 113.6 now, but like, these low hundreds in a losing team, you know, you can do a lot worse. If you're getting low hundreds on your field every week, I wouldn't complain with the carnage that is this year. Dacos, he continues to come down as well. He's now, I think he's going to get below 500k at this rate. A 93, he copped the Jordan tag, but he actually did all right with it, I think, from a footy sense, not so much Supercoach. It shows how good he is, though, when, you know, as a Supercoach pick, when he's getting a 93 and kind of think that's not good. It's definitely not the worst. But yeah, he's had well, if you look at his season, tale of two halves. So he's done well for the first 5 weeks, and then he's kind of tapered off in the last 4. He will come good, though. He's got West Coast this week. There's no way West Coast surely can stop him. The only person that I think can stop him and make him have an average score is himself if he keeps burning the ball. But yeah, he will come good. And then Callahan, the 79. Very, very annoying, this one. I'm not going to say I didn't want to trade him in, because that's not true. But I'm annoyed at why I traded him in. I was targeting that fixture where he had the 2 weeks. Try and, you know, at that price, I thought it might kickstart him a bit. And he had Essendon and West Coast. And he's averaged 89 across the 2 games. So it's a pain in the arse. As I said, I think Ash has taken some of his ball. But also, he's not scored properly all year. Like, he's had a few really good scores, but there's been a whole bunch of shit as well. So he's got like a 120, a 124, a 135, and a 110. So four good scores considering what he was last year. But then there's also a 65, a 66, a 79. Even the 86 and the 89 is not great. So, yeah, there's a lesson to be learnt. Some of these players, they get down in price because they're just not scoring well. There's no magical button that suggests they're just going to come back because they were good last year. Giants are playing different too. I think that the tsunami thing that they did for last year or the last couple of years, I don't feel like we're seeing it nearly as much this year. And yeah, again, Ash is getting his ball, I'm sure of it. So yeah, I just have to ride this one out. Maybe he's a luxury upgrade later. I probably can afford to do the 3 if all goes well. But yeah, just got to get these bloody rookies off the field, because as we're about to see, even the best ones shit the bed. Look at Murdoch, 38. I think he gave away 3 50-metre penalties. He got scaled down in the end, like 30-something points. Yeah, bloody annoying. If you can upgrade him this week, it's not the worst idea. I don't think he'll score this shit again against Collingwood, but yeah, break even to 55. You could just as easily hold him. I think it's going to be hard for most people to upgrade this week because there's not really much to go to. You could go early on Ison. I think he got 75, and it looks like He's the most traded in for now. 20% of trades. Wow. Yeah, going a week early though. We know that it's not always great, but I guess if you have to, and you want to catch up, like you're in the position where you have to catch up, and time's limited. Guess you can do it, but yeah, I'm not a massive fan of it. Rechko the 51, by his standards lately, that's pretty low. He's usually good for like a low 70s, high 60s kind of score. I think it's his lowest for the season. It is 74, 82, 56, 72, 51. So he's been good. He's made 124k. Not ready to get rid of him yet. I think he's still alright to go on the field. He's got Essendon this week, should be okay against them. Break even at 25, so we'll get like another price rise or two out of him. Hopefully another few. When's his buy? Hopefully we get up to his buy. Yeah, around 13. I think he can do that. I think 2 more weeks and then he can go. Just depends as well if there's any fieldable rookies. Definitely need to start upgrading the midfield, I think. That's the next one for sure. And Anderson, nice bounce back. The 71. It wasn't too bad the week before, I guess. But that 20, that wasn't long ago, was it? Yeah. So I think he's alright to field. I think the 20 is definitely an outlier. If you look at the rest of his scores, you take the 20 out, what's he doing? He's probably doing around a 70 average without that. Yeah, he's alright. He's another one. I wouldn't get rid of him now. Break even of 5. So he's made 110k. He should get to 150 made and then it's job done. He's another one. Might be one of the last ones I upgrade because I think he's definitely fieldable. He's got a good role and stuff. Yeah, Cumming with the 40 and Burton with the 27. Disaster. I just realised actually I've already moved some stuff around in my team. So Anderson wasn't on the field. Sharp was the captain so that I could loot Grundy as VC. Anderson was the emergency. So Sharp served a double purpose here, which is why I love having him as that perma loop. And then he started to make money, but now he's back to the perma loop, which is probably just as valuable in this team. So yeah, Cumming got some CBAs. I think he hurt himself at the end. I saw him come off. He looked like he was in a lot of pain. A 40, it's not ideal. If he's injured, and I don't know what he did, I didn't hear nothing about it, but if it's that shoulder and he's done, I'm going to be pretty pissed off. Like, I know that we picked him with that risk there, but 1, his break even's now 63, and 2, if he's done, he's only made 47k. And this is the shittiest part, right? I used a boost 2 weeks ago to get Cumming, Burton, and Callaghan, and they've all been shit. Like, surely one of them would have been decent. Burton, I'll even give a free pass to. I'm annoyed at Cumming and Callaghan. Burton, like, when we got him in, we kind of knew he was not AFL ready. He's only playing because of the injuries. We knew that, but he was 99k. So as crap as he's been, no offense to him, I'm sure he's given it everything, but like, his Supercoach scoring's been poor. He's still made nearly 53k. So like, I can stomach that one because he was 99. But I bought them in because it was like I knew that the cupboard was bare with these rookies and they were meant to help with cash gen. And now neither of them really are making money. So it's pretty dire actually. You look at my mid bench, and I know a lot of teams are in the same boat, but let's put Anderson on the field. Yeah, I got Cumming and Burton and Sharp. Sharp's done. Oh no, he's back in round 16 apparently. But anyway, he's not playing for a long time, and then Cumming maybe, and then Burton. Like, I'm sure as soon as they get some fit players back, Burton's gone. Just gonna have to ride with it. I don't know. We'll work it out later on. So yeah, then Grundy with the 203 VC, stoked with that, as you would be. Is that the first double ton for the year from anyone? I think it is. I think Cherry got close, didn't he? And maybe Grundy did too. Maybe Gorn. The Rucks have just killed it this year. I can't believe all the would you call it hype or like infamy and fear in the preseason about the Rucks? Like there was nothing to go on. I thought there was no numbers to back it up. I think I'll do a video on that at the end of the year because that was going the big boy Rucks at the start. It was definitely my best move that I've made for the year. Yeah, so Grundy went 184 previously. Must have been Cherry. One of them got a 198, didn't they? Oh, Cherry, 199 on West Coast. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the first double ton for the year. They just put up crazy numbers. Now, I know people will say, oh, he got lucky because Steen did his ACL. 100% he did. But it's not like, because he had to, after that, he was rucking against Ned Long and, was it McStay? I reckon Ned Long did better in the ruck than McStay did. Anyway, he was still on track for a pretty, like, big score, even when Steen was not injured. So, I mean, he wouldn't have got the 200 against Steen, but he was still looking on track for a pretty decent VC score anyway. Cherry, the 87. So I know he got the low game time. I have no idea why. I'm assuming the game was cooked and they wanted to protect him or something. I don't know. I watched the replay of the game, but I kind of watch those games just as a fan. Like the neutral games, I watch more for Supercoach. But yeah, I like to just enjoy the Crom games as much as you can as a Crom supporter. Sometimes that's tough, but I wasn't really paying attention to Cherry, if I'm honest. And I'm surprised. I thought he would have destroyed McAndrew. Just, it's a perfect kind of matchup for him. McAndrew has the reach, but he's not terribly strong. I thought Cherry would have just bulldozed him with like brute force, but no. Obviously the TOG doesn't help, but yeah, I kind of expected a bit better. Yeah, let me know in the comments what happened here. I have no idea. I don't know why he got the low TOG. I can only assume they just wanted to protect him because the game was done at half time. It was done about halfway through the second quarter. Can't believe how well the Crom played from quarter time to about 3/4 time. Yeah, Avalanche, 10 goals in the second quarter. Who would have seen that coming? I had money on North Melbourne. They were paying $2.50. And I don't like to talk about betting. I know it's a bit taboo, and I actually rarely, very, very rarely bet on footy. I'm talking like a couple of times a year. But I just was so sure that the North Melbourne midfield would destroy the Crom's midfield. And at $2.50, I thought, that's easy money. No. Well, maybe the Crom are coming good. Because I think North have improved massively this year. And, yeah. Good on them. So I won't go straight to the forward line. I'll go to the flex, which is another ruckman. As you know, I've got Gorn. 118 against the double rucks was pretty bloody good. I think Max Heath got concussed, did he? I know he had low TOG. I think I heard he got concussed or they tested him for concussion or something. Now, you obviously don't wish concussion on anyone. I've had it. It's horrible. And we've seen the long-term effects and everything. But for Gorn owners, if Heath is concussed, it's good for Gorn scoring. We know that. So, like, I'm not wishing it to happen, but if it happens, Gorn's got a good run coming up. Bulldogs, there should be no English because of concussion. Is it 21 days that they've got to stay out? I'm not sure. I get confused. It might be longer for like the local level that I play. I'm not sure. And then the Giants, and maybe Collingwood if he's out for 21 days. So yeah, we could see some good scores here. But the thing about Gorn is he's got so many avenues with his scoring. He didn't get that many hit-outs on the weekend. I think it was like 20-odd, 18 maybe. Didn't take that many marks. He just finds a way. There's just so many avenues to score. Like, he's unbelievable. Definitely the best ruck I've seen. So, yeah, 118. Like, as I know people were freaking out a bit because he was so high in price. But I started him, so I kind of don't care as much as others. Yeah, he had the 3 weeks where he's putting out the low hundreds, but he's gone to 134 and 118 in kind of less than ideal circumstances. So It's just how he is. He finds a way. I'm happy with the pick. I'm not going to get rid of him. And I can't believe I was never seriously going to do it, but I can't believe I floated the idea a couple of weeks ago of downgrading Gawn to Cumming in the flex and then getting I think it was like Holmes in the midfield and someone down back, probably Whitfield or something. I was going to do that instead of the Cumming, Burton, Callahan trio of bullshit. But yeah, the Gawn one would have been worse. You just hold Gawn, he's good. So yeah, the 3 big boy rucks, set and forget. It worked out well this week as well, not having Jackson, because far out, did he shit the bed, especially against Essendon. I don't know what it is with Essendon. They're like the ruck killers or something. I know about Grundy and Gawn. Let's have a look. Have they played him yet? But I know that Cherry, by his own stupid actions, was shit against Essendon. So Grundy hasn't played them. Gawn went 131 on him. Okay. But Gawn's Gawn. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, Jackson you'd expect more against Essendon. I don't know how they're doing it, but... And yeah, not as easy to score on in the ruck as we thought. So now to the forwards. Sheasel 73. If it was any other primo, I'd be annoyed with a 73. But as I always say, everyone has Sheasel. Who gives a shit? What's he owned? He's like 80% owned. Everyone had him starting on the field. So who gives a shit? It's an interesting one, actually. If you're flush for on-field players in your forward line 1 week, it might be worth looping him if you can do it, just to see. On the off chance that he does that again, you may get an advantage for a week. Definitely wouldn't trade him. No way. I've talked about getting rid of Flanders at times, because you could get an advantage because he's so highly owned, but definitely not with Sheasel. He's clear F1. I'm not saying that. Pick at the 60. I don't know. The last 2 weeks been shithouse for him. He scored 2 goals on the weekend. You'd think he would have scored better. I think he had a little drop in CBAs. Nothing too crazy. I'm assuming he was tagged. I didn't watch it. He only had 13 touches, which is very low for him. I don't know what's gone on the last 2 weeks. It's 65 against West Coast. What the hell? I don't know how to explain that. He'll come good though. I'm sure of it. Melbourne are playing really well, far above expectations. They've got to be the bolter for the year so far. I say that off the top of my head. I can't see the ladder, but yeah, they've got to be, surely. Right, this one I'm so happy with, nearly as much as Grundy. So McInerney at 137. And you're probably thinking, why the hell would you be that happy with a 137? It's because McInerney's not that highly owned. 11%. So, he's not a pod, really. But it depends what you class as a pod. He kind of is, he kind of isn't. But in a week where a lot of the other forwards that I don't have shit the bed, Zach Bailey, who's the other ones? Petrarca had a more quiet one. Sure, there's a few others I can't think of. I know Rankin was decent. I think Bolton had a down one again. So, yeah, for McInerney to get 137 this week was really important. I think it was a major reason why I managed to go up ranks. So he's been a little bit frustrating lately, but yeah, he's a good player. I really like watching him. Hits the scoreboard. I know it can be a worry, those midfielders that kind of have to hit the scoreboard to score well, but Heaney's one of them, so it's okay. Makes it good to watch. Flanders are 110. So all I can say with this one, because it doesn't really matter because not many people have traded him. At least I don't think so. But he's gotten 115 over the last 2 weeks. I just feel so bad for Spilsy for getting rid of him. The thing is, Spilsy though went with his gut as far as I know, and a lot to be said for that. So he may win in the long term over all of us. But yeah, you got to feel bad because I was considering it too, as any of you that have been listening to my videos regularly would know. I've been saying it for a few weeks that if you can get off Flanders at the right time, it's a hell of an advantage. just, yeah, poor Spilsy. Cook 70, bit low for him by his standards lately. He's been a great rookie. 225k, like, made. Break even at 74 now. It's tempting to ditch him. Especially, I don't think I will, but especially for someone like me, if you look around on my rookies that are ready to go, there's Selwood. You can make a case for Murdoch, and then there's probably Cook. That's it. So, like, Cook is an easy upgrade if I could find money to downgrade somewhere. Because I've only got 16k in the bank. So we're kind of running on empty here, but my plan was to hold Cook through to his buy, and I think he'll get there. Because even if he doesn't quite hit that, what was it, 74? Yeah, he should go close enough. He's not going to lose much money. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked really enough into the trades. If I can find a decent downgrade option somewhere, maybe Cook goes a week earlier than I was planning and he becomes... I don't know. I got no idea. I definitely want Petrarca, but I'm not getting him before his buy. Especially now that he's come back down to earth. Now he had that hot start to the year, and the hamstring thing wouldn't have helped with that. It's a bit of a decline from what he was doing in the start of the year. Probably the fixture doesn't help. But I think we're seeing more now what we're used to seeing with Petrarca. Maybe like the excitement of being at a new club and that point to prove and everything. Maybe it's wearing off now a little bit. So, yeah, I think it's safe to wait till after the buy. A lot of people are struggling with the round 12 buy. It's not so bad for me. What have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4. I've only got the 4 primos. Worrell's a bit of a fake primo anyway, but yeah, he's primo. So 4 plus Cook. Kind of annoying I can't play Lombard on field that week either. Would have been nice, just Lombard for Cook. Yeah, probably getting ahead here, but Henry at 34, another trade-in that was shit this week. So both my trade-ins were crap. I thought Henry'd go a lot better against Richmond. And to be honest, I should have researched this better. Henry's always been a wingman. I assumed that he was just playing like high half forward or on the wing, but it looked like he just played deep forward pocket. Not ideal for Supercoach, as we know. It's such volatile scoring, often on the lower side, need a few goals, which I don't think he even got any. But yeah, 34, that hurts. So what? Being that elevated price, I think he was 160. Break-even's already 29, so this is shit. We're just going to have to hope that like a Lombard situation happens and we'll just bench Henry, I guess, or loop him or some shit and hope that he can get a spike score at some point. If we can just get him maybe to like, I don't know, 280k. Just take the money and run. And yeah, Lombard, that 90. It's the spike score that I said might come. Probably more obvious now since he played that higher role, like that high half forward role last week and this week, that we thought he was meant to play all season. We saw it in the preseason, but yeah, I made that prediction of that spike score coming quite a few weeks ago. So it's actually come true. I thought he'd be a slow burn and we'd eventually just get one score and then he can kind of roll off that and then he's gone. So he's made 150k now. It took a while, but 10 weeks, but he got there. Break even to 17. He's got North this week. I don't know what he does. He should score well, but you can never tell with this guy. So yeah, it might be like a out on his buy. He's got round 12, doesn't he? Yeah. So one last price rise and then maybe he's gone. Yeah, I lost points as well. So it pissed me off. Lombard getting the 19. He was stranded on the bench with an emergency. I made the wrong choice as well, but I should have fielded Jones over Henry. I actually, once I saw the 90 sitting on the bench, I flirted with the idea of trading Henry back out, which probably wasn't a bad idea in hindsight. And just getting in like a non-playing rookie that I thought might get a gig down the track. I'm not a fan of doing that. I didn't do it this week with Dirksen, even though I think he'll get a gig. But yeah, if I wasn't sitting in a good position last night, like I was, then I probably would have done it. But I thought it's not worth going against my own strategy and blowing up whatever that is just to get an extra how many points on the field. Because I thought Henry would have, against Richmond, I thought he would have gone like an easy 60 or something. But I'm not doing it to get 30 points on the field. But in the end, it was 56. So yeah, if I had an extra 56 points, what would I have scored? Closer to 2,400. But yeah, it's not worth it. Just hope Henry can make some money now. And then old Artie Jones, he's not old at all, is he? But scored a 42. Whatever, he's going to be a slow burn. He's like the new Lombard. But he's already made 105k, that's fine. Break even at 28. Probably good for like a 50, 55 most weeks. One more spike score would be nice, but like it's not the end of the world. Got DPP, should be okay. When's the doggies? Got there by round 14. No, it's 16, isn't it? Yeah. So he could be good buy cover as well. Even though he's not scoring much. So yeah, that's the team. That's how I did it. Not amazing, not perfect, but it was enough to move up ranks. So yeah, I'll take that and run. I'll tell you, with the few drops I've had lately in rank, it's starting to get a bit scary there. But yeah, I'm definitely a lot happier this week with how it's going. I know last week I complained a lot, but I did realise like long term my team was still looking pretty good. So yeah, been very fortunate with the carnage, avoiding that and just avoiding trap players. I think if you just my thing is I always just err on the side of caution with them now, with the trap players. It's probably the good lesson I've had from having shitty ranks, not like terrible, but pretty average ranks for the last few years, is just don't do that. Don't get sucked into these, what does DR call them? The sugar hit kind of players, things like that, the traps. I'm not interested. You kind of approach them all as traps and it's a lot easier. Just go with what you know, play to probability. So, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with trades. Let's have a look. I'm going to refresh this and see if anything's changed in what people are doing down the bottom. Most traded in. So Ison, Bodie Ryan, Dirksen again, Bailey Smith and Charlie Banfield. I would not be going early on Charlie Banfield. He scored a 48. They're not going to play Richmond every week either. Yeah, Bodie Ryan's an interesting one. 59. I don't know about his job security though. We saw the same kind of thing with Perez. So he's got one okay score, 59, and one shit one of 27. Doesn't fill me with confidence. And I think, again, it's way too early to be going for those players that are either not going to play or have shitty job security just because it allows you to get an upgrade. Like, we're in round 10, round 11 now, but yeah, there's still a long time to go. We're not even halfway through the season, so I think it's a bit early. Dirksen, maybe you can make a case for. This Ison guy, 75. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one. 75 is good for a rookie, but going early on him. Thing is with me as well, like who do I go down from? So let's have a look. So if I was to get him in, because he's not DPP, is he? No, mid only. So it'd basically have to be Murdoch. He's the only one that's even close to being ripe for picking. Murdoch down to Ison, but then I got to play Ison on the field because there's no way that I trust Cumming or Burton. And yeah, someone pointed out to me the other day that I've got a lack of DPP across my benches. I fully agree. But I'm not picking players just for the sake of DPP either. So, but yeah, I don't feel like I want to go Murdoch to Ison because even though Murdoch was shithouse this week, I'm pretty confident he'll outscore Ison next week, and I don't trust a one-game rookie on the field. So yeah, that probably doesn't happen. So I really don't know what I'm going to do for trades. Maybe I'll just sit on my hands. With the way the trading's been going lately anyway, it's not the worst call. I think I only scored 25 points more than I scored last week, so yeah. So I guess trading's not that vital, and probably not as much as people make it out to be anyway, that you have to do it every single week. There's no point forcing it. As I said, there's a long time to go, so just stick fat and yeah, stick with your gut feel. So let me know what you're doing in the comments. Let me know how you went and then what you plan to do, because I've got no idea, and it's been that way the last few weeks. I haven't known early in the week at all. I haven't really decided on anything probably till the Thursday or the Friday. Always wait for the teams to be announced, the final teams, to kind of force my hand if I can. I'd much prefer that than taking a blind stab. So yeah, I think that's it. I've gone 40 minutes. I'm tired. It's past midnight. I'm getting old. Yeah, I'll try and do a live maybe tomorrow night. I'm not sure. If not, maybe Wednesday night. I'm not sure. But again, thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll either see you in that one or the trade video.